Welcome to On The Sideline. I'm your host, Jeff Holden. Today, we're here with Coach Big O. You know what it is. Coach Evan Hearn.
How we doing?
And our special guest today is head coach, Bowie football and athletic director, Mr. Tyler Price.
Yes,
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
So is this your first podcast?
First podcast, and I listen to podcasts. We went to Denver last week, and I listened to like 8 podcasts there and back. So I'm into the podcast thing, but this is the first one I'm on.
Wow. That's like my wife. She when we went to Alabama to the beach, you put like a true crime podcast on. She drives the whole way. I was just chilling in the driver's seat.
Remember what happened?
Yeah, dude, it was pretty awesome.
Put them on.
Anyways, we appreciate you coming out here. We don't have the means to really get to every sideline during the starting season of football. Coach Evan Hearn came up with the idea of kind of giving a preview. There's other places that do it, but there's nothing like that around here.
Right.
And so we're like, we can make it happen. How do we make it happen? He's like, hey, why don't we just see if the head coaches come here? So you guys have been awesome. We put out a list, and we've got pretty much everybody responded, so that's pretty awesome. So we just got this. The preview is the series called Preview for 940 football. So cool. It's pretty simple. We appreciate you coming, and we'll go ahead and give it to Coach Aaron and start asking some questions.
Well, Coach Price, thank you. Thank you. I just want to say a little something real quick. Coach Price got us all
yes.
So I'm going to do this podcast with my hat.
Step up your game.
You know.
Hey, we'll take care of you in Bowie.
Future coaches, step your game up.
So
I better have a car by the end of this.
You passed, guys. Good job of getting in early.
We do appreciate those gifts.
He raised the bar. But Coach Price, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started, and how you got your job in Bowie.
Right. So I moved around quite a bit when I was younger, and then when I got to about junior high, we moved to Bowie. My parents are from Bowie. I was a military brat before that, so used to moving. And then once I got into kind of that structure of high school, junior high athletics, I fell in love with it, and I knew I wanted to be a coach at a very young age, and had a lot of people try to talk me out of it, but I was pretty determined on what I wanted to do. So the day I graduated college, graduated at Tech in August, and then had a coaching offer there at Nocona the next day. So coached at Nocona for a year. I actually got out. I was like, man, I don't know if I like the coaching, but I don't know if I could do the rest of it. But got out and shortly learned that's what I wanted to do. And Dylan Stark luckily gave me a spot there at Bowie, and the rest is history. So this is year 8. I've been the head baseball coach there, offensive coordinator, and then last year was the first year in this role. So Bowie's a great place though, and a lot of family there still. And my wife's from Nocona, her family's in Nocona, so everybody we love is right there in Montague County. So it just makes sense right now.
All right.
Awesome.
So it's like the hometown boy.
Yeah.
I know you're not from there, but your parents are, so it's like coming back home. So tell us about you guys' record last season and how you guys ended up.
Yeah, we were 1-8 last year. We lost a game. We actually lost our homecoming game due to lightning, so kind of a weird record there. And, obviously that's not we didn't meet the goals we wanted in year 1 of this thing, but our kids played hard. We were competitive in every game, and in a tough district and tough non-district as well. So I was proud of the way our kids finished, especially, and but hopefully nothing but good things from here on.
So, Coach, I want to. Of course, we're talking about last year a little bit. So,
right.
How many seniors did you lose from last year's season?
We lost 14. Now, a lot of that is, I'm sure we'll talk about returners here in a minute too, but lost 14 guys. A couple of big losses on the O-line that we're going to miss. We're going to miss Seth Mann. He did a lot for us defensively, and losing our tight end. So there's some spots to fill, but we feel like we have some good younger guys coming back too that can do that.
Okay, so transitioning to that, since we're kind of talking about that a little bit, you said you lost 14. 14 is a big number to lose, not only just the ability but leadership. So let's talk about how many players you have coming back offensively and defensively for this upcoming season.
Offensively, we have 7 starters back. That's quarterback, running back, center, guard. At a lot of big spots are returning, and we feel good about that. Although we lost 14, we still have guys in very important positions coming back. So 7 on offense, and then we have 10 returning on defense. So
that's big numbers right there.
It seems like 14's a lot, but we feel good about where we're at.
Okay, so we'll touch on I guess a few of the guys from offense and defense that you're looking forward to, or that you think maybe is going to stand out or be a huge. I mean, obviously every player is important. It's a team effort, but is there anybody that you would say, or tell us about your quarterback or running back, somebody that might be helping Bowie this year?
I think I really try to give this kid all the praise in the world because he's worked for everything he has, and it starts up front. And
Come on,
our right guard, man. I'll put our right guard up against anybody.
Come on, sir, preach.
Jorge De Leon. So Jorge got first. He broke his foot first game of the year last year against Graham, and he missed out on his junior year. But we're glad he's back. He's a really good player for us, and we're excited about him. Justin Clark, our running back, he's a first-team All-District kid. Big, strong, physical back, and he's kind of our workhorse, and we like to give him the ball a lot. So Raider Mann was a sophomore last year, started at quarterback every game for us. He's back.
He's a beast. I like that kid.
Yeah, very shifty. And we're gonna open the playbook up for him and let him use his feet more than we did last year, but he'll be competing with a sophomore also for that spot, and whoever doesn't win that spot is going to start somewhere else, I'm sure. So, but Raider he's one of those just electric top athletes, and he plays everything. He's good at everything. So,
yeah.
So
I got a couple highlights of him.
So you talked about, and I like the name Raider Man. That's a football player.
That is I mean, it seems like every team has a football player name, man. We heard, what was it?
One a kid named Legend.
Brewer.
So,
Bruin. Yeah.
we have a kid, Jet Black. He might be one of our tackles this year. That's pretty good.
Jet Black.
The all-name team. That's our next one.
Yeah.
He might make that team.
That is a cool.
So you finished your first year. Talk about your offense and defense philosophies.
Offensively, we did a lot of wing tee philosophies, and if you would have asked me when I first started coaching, if hey, you get a head coaching job, what are you going to do offensively? I would have laughed at you if you said wing tee, but I just felt
I know
like
we leave that
where
for
we
the coaches above their 40s.
know. It's where we were.
Yes, sir.
The type of kids that we had, and we are going to transition into more of a spread look, and more of the things that I grew up playing, and I started coaching under Dylan Stark, Josh Castles, those guys, and so you'll see a little bit different look, but we'll still have the ability to go and do those things as well.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
So, I guess kind of building off that a little bit. So, you probably are either offensively or defensively minded coach. Which one are you?
I would say offensively. That's always coach. I mean, we always coach both sides, but definitely offensive minded. Kind of where my priority, where my passion is. Calling plays. I love all that. So, but probably more importantly though, defensive side of the ball, you better be solid there. We're not going to have a job very long. So,
Yeah.
but no, definitely offense.
So you mentioned you guys lost 14, but you returned 7 on offense and 10 back on defense. So would you say the strength of your team is maybe, foundation a year under you?
I think so.
And the youth movement coming back?
Right. Yeah. Youth movement coming back. And, and our JV went 8-2 last year in a pretty tough 3A Division I district. So our sophomore class is really strong. We really like that group. And then, I would say the strength is definitely our team speed on defense, especially, and then obviously some experience in important positions.
So, Coach, you talked about offensively, defensively. Do you have any? Because we highlighted a few offensive players. Do you have any key defensive players this year?
Yeah, Hayden Rodriguez, Hunter Rodriguez, the brothers. One's going to be a senior, one's a junior. So, interior linebacker, and then the free safety right behind him. They're really solid players. Justin Clark talked about him at back. He'll be a really good interior backer for us. Defensive end, Braden Ryan, tall, rangy corner. We're excited about him, and then those ready to watch those young dudes fly around. So,
okay, Coach. So we going into it. Bowie, of course, has been known for Smash Mouth football. You said that you guys are going to kind of try to to throw it around a little bit this year. How do you get the community to buy into that change? I know it's not used to what they're used to doing, but how do you get the community to buy into the different philosophy of still keeping some of the old, but in order to enhance the program in with some of the new?
I think you can win, win and start there.
Pretty simple.
But also, we've been. This isn't going to be a huge transition, I don't think, from a community standpoint. We've been kind of back and forth. Bowie's had, I was the fourth head coach in 4 years at that place, so it's hadn't been a whole lot of consistency there, and there's been different looks and things like that. And I think that's one thing I'll be able to provide to this place is that consistency, a familiar face, and kind of what we're doing offensively and defensively is gonna be here to stay. Even though it might look different this year, I'll never be married to a system offensively or defensively. We're gonna roll with what we have and what benefits our kids. So, but no, I haven't seen any pushback from the community or players. Our kids are really fired up with what we're doing offensively and defensively right now. So, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So, I feel like we're in a good spot.
Could you give me your 4th and 2? Your 4th and 2 inside the 5. You got to get it in the end zone. What's your play?
I'm probably gonna run a man beater, either a man beater or we're gonna get it to my best athlete somehow, some way.
Coach, that's a spray coach.
No, I was just
Not no way.
you said the things we're working on. I was like, oh, okay, let's see if we can get it. But I gotta. I mean, I see your hat. We see your hat. It says Bojo.
Yes,
So
sir.
don't tell us what it means. I want to ask these guys. I don't really know what it means. Do you guys know what it means? Bojo.
Bowie. Over. I don't know.
I'm gonna say like bounce on Jackrabbits only, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the.
You're closer than he was.
I'm not from around here, so I have no clue.
So, Coach, tell us what Bojo is.
It's Boost Our Jackrabbits Onward. So,
Boost Our Jackrabbits.
yes, sir. And it's been. I mean, you can look at a yearbook from in the 30s, and it's there. So
That's
the
pretty
community
cool.
loves it. Kids get behind it. So we love it.
That almost sound like a food. Get you a Bojo sandwich.
Yeah, we have a formation called Bojo. I know basketball is
Really?
inbound play.
That's
Bojo,
pretty cool.
it's here to stay. So
I like it.
That's awesome. I mean, you see a lot of schools now. It's like Rojo,
Yeah.
and you got Hero, and you got.
Yeah.
But I've been told about Bojo probably about 4 or 5 times. I just can't remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, Coach, let's talk about your upcoming non-district schedule.
okay. Yeah, so we start off with Callisburg. We got a home game versus Callisburg, and then we're going to play Bridgeport. Bridgeport's kind of turned into a rivalry for us, rivalry game. We're 15 minutes away from Bridgeport. A lot of our kids know them. They know us, and they've been really tight games the last 2 or 3 years. So it's always fun playing them, especially over there at Bridgeport. Then we play Howell, and then we finish with Dublin in non-district. So completely different non-district than we've been playing, except for Bridgeport. But, we feel like it's a fair fight. We feel like it's games that we can go compete in and win and play at a high level. But, they're still going to be quality teams, well-coached teams.
Do you think that Bridgeport game could be, maybe we could title it the Battle of the Maroon?
Man, come on with it. We're ready. Yeah, I love it.
It's
Him and
in his colors,
the
man.
color.
He's trying to. What was it? Brock and Grams, the Battle of the Blue. We got Battle of the Maroon. What was the other one you had there?
Red, it was Holiday and Buster. Battle of
Holiday
the
Buster.
Hey, but hey,
He's a color war.
He's self-proclaiming
somebody gonna catch this.
rivalries. That's what he's doing.
And then they go, when we get paid for it, you're gonna be like, good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, good idea.
And I never thought of it. We've been in their district before. I know they were in the same district back in the 80s, and I saw last year, their coach kind of made us their rivalry game on some media outlet. I was like, all right, let's do it. We'll go, and it's fun though.
So that you said is kind of developing a rivalry there, Bowie and Bridgeport. Do you guys have any other rivalries that you say?
Man, I think looking, a while back, it's always been Nocona, Holiday, Henrietta. Those have always been big games on our schedule, but we really just don't play those guys anymore. But I think Owl Park. Every time we play Owl Park in any sport, we're getting after it. They're getting after us. I would say any of those district games, especially that are close, Owl Park, Vernon.
So you guys are 3A then?
Yeah, 3A Division 1.
Okay, all right.
Which segue into our next question.
Yeah, go ahead, right there.
District. Did you guys change this with a new realignment, or did you guys stay the same? Or some new teams popped up?
We there's some familiar faces, but we changed for the most part. We were down there with Jim Ned, Breckenridge, Clyde, going down south of Abilene. But we were able to keep Owl Park and Vernon. So we'll be in Owl Park, Vernon. Then we go east with Ponder, Paradise, Boyd, and Peaster, all those guys. So one good thing, it's we're playing a good team every year or every week, and being 3A Division I and where we're located geographically, I mean, doesn't matter what realignment looks like. We're gonna play quality teams, and they're gonna be well coached, and that is what it is, and we'll be ready for that too. But we feel good about it. We're centrally located. Travel will be a lot better than what it's been the last 2 years. Which you wouldn't think would be a big deal, but it is. And but there's some good things. We like where we landed.
The realtor we trust is Kim Roark, given to others with love. Kim was raised in this community and has been selflessly serving for over 20 years. Kim encourages everyone to thrive in their purpose. Kim is part of the Homes for Heroes program, where she gives back a portion of her commissions from each closing to all military, firefighters, law enforcement, healthcare, and educators who use her services. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kim is the realtor for you. Go check out the website, homesforheroes.com. Since starting from scratch in 2020 by longtime resident of Clay County, Bob Belcher, Duck Creek Disposal has quickly become one of the most trusted waste disposal service and dumpster rental companies serving the 940 community and the surrounding areas. Local to the core, they take immense pride in being a part of the Wichita Falls community. Duck Creek Disposal's deep roots mean that every customer is treated like a neighbor. Their promise is to guarantee the best customer experience in the area, and they live by it. Whether you're a homeowner, contractor, or business, they've tailored their services to suit varied requirements. Bob's hands-on approach and belief in personal connection means that when you call Duck Creek Disposal, you're experiencing a standard of service that Bob himself envisioned. You talk to real people, not a machine. Go give Bob a call at 940-257-5660. Serving the 940 community for 12 years, Allegiance Electric and Controls is the trusted go-to for commercial and industrial electrical solutions. Contact them for reliable, tailored services to keep your operations running smoothly. Please call or visit their website at aecllc.com. For all your paving and concrete needs, we trust Freeman Paving, LLC. Located in Vernon, Texas, Freeman Paving is our recommended business for concrete, paving, and dirt work. They have over 20 years of experience working right here in our community. Next time you need any concrete work, give them a call, 940-552-9496. If you're looking to treat yourself to a delicious dessert, then Yogurt Journey is the place to be. Yogurt Journey offers 12 delicious flavors of frozen yogurt with over 60 topping options. If you want something warm instead, stop by to enjoy an amazing funnel cake, fried Oreos, fried brownies, or fried candy. Yogurt Journey also offers frozen yogurt rolls, waffle frozen yogurt rolls, and smoothies. If you need a cake for your next celebration, Yojo provides custom frozen yogurt cakes. Yogurt Journey is located on Kemp Street across from Barwise Middle School and is open daily from 12 to 9 p.m. For all your roofing related needs, we choose Assured Roofing and Construction. At Assured Roofing and Construction, their hard work is based off honesty, loyalty, and integrity, ensuring that every customer gets what they deserve and is happy and stress-free throughout the entire process. When any storm damage occurs to your roof, gutters, fencing, or siding, Assured will have you covered and help you from the initial free inspection to filing your claim, meeting with adjusters, and getting your damaged property fixed properly. Give AG a call at 940-782-1194. So we've gone through your schedule. Is there a game, I mean, maybe Bridgeport, but is there a game that you as a coach has circled on your schedule? And if you do, why? Give us an explanation.
I think really that last game going into our bye week is the second to last week. So we have a really late bye week. That's what we drew, and
keep them healthy.
We're going to do the best with it. But I like having that bye week right before we play Iowa Park, a game that I feel like could be very important for both teams, right before the playoffs. So a game that we're gonna have to go win and go compete, and
could be some district championship.
Maybe, I think they're going to be big games there that last week. So having that bye week, that is a silver lining to having a late bye week. Is we get it right before that Iowa Park game, which is always going to be a big game for us and a big game for them. Those are going to be huge games. But really, Not really though. That'd be the biggest one that I've circled and thought about just because of where the bye week lands. But all of our district games are gonna be huge.
All right.
So you said you named Iowa Park. Last year, did you guys play Iowa Park last year?
Yeah, they put it on us. We lost. That was the one game I felt like we didn't compete like we should have in that game. Coach Swinson, he does a great job every year, and he had those dudes ready, and they put it on us. But we'll be ready.
All right, so I want to ask a question. I really haven't had a chance to ask any of the other questions. You're probably one of the youngest coaches that's been on the show so far. So the question that I want to ask is, I believe you told us before the show started, you're 33 years old. How does that relate and translate with working with the teenage, the young up and coming young kids, the high school population, and your varsity players, of having that youth and still being able to relate to some of the things that they might enjoy doing?
Right. So, yeah, I'll be 33 next month, and I think the age plus, I mean, I went to high school, the same place the kids I'm coaching are going to high school. So I've been to a lot of the same places they've been growing up. I've known a lot of them since they were little kids. I was a lifeguard in high school, and I remember seeing a bunch of them run around when they were little, and just having familiarity with them and their families, I think helps. But being younger, I'm not married to any type of ways that people have done in the past. I hate when people say, "Well, this is how we've always done it." I cringe every time I hear that, and I think a part of that's being young.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
But I don't know. I don't think just necessarily. I think being able to relate to kids maybe from things outside of football or outside of athletics is a little easier. But and I got a lot of younger guys on staff too. I'm kind of right in the middle as far as age and on our staff, so I think that helps.
Very cool. Real quick, you good?
Yeah, I had a question, but
Go ahead.
yeah, dude, let me get my question in, man. No,
I'll forget mine by then.
But no, so I asked that question is because it reminds me back whenever I was in high school. We had a coach, Coach Tinker. He was young, innovative, and do you sometimes line it up with the players? Because Coach Tinker used to guard the receivers to just show them that he still had it. Sometimes do you go line it up, go out there, throw it around a little bit, and just kind of just to have fun with them?
No, we will, and if we're playing somebody that week, I feel like the quarterback plays at a high level. Me or Coach Chokus, another young guy, we'll run scout team Q that week, and Coach Chokus is a lot faster and better shape than I am. But I'll still do some scout team Q if we feel like we need that look, and I will still go out. One of my favorite things to do is we play 41 with and they get in the gym, play 41, and we still hadn't got beat, by the way, but
Undefeated.
Undefeated. But no, we had fun with it.
That's cool. So let me try to remember my question. You were talking about how you went through the high school, and now it's the same high school you went through. Is there any traditions or anything, anything that you used to do as a football player that you either noticed that it's still ongoing, or is there any new traditions that you as a head coach came in last year that you're starting, or that something that the outside world may not know about?
I think just, little things is, we have a place to eat there in Bowie, Longhorn buffet, and a lot of people go there. And kind of the thing was, hey, Friday morning, you go to Longhorn, you go to school, go to the pep rally, do all those things that small town America is doing on a Friday. But it's changed a little bit because we had school on Friday then. We don't have school on Friday in Bowie. So kind of those traditions, some of those have changed. Our pep rallies are on Thursday nights now. Which is good, but just little changes. We're able to bring the kids up on Fridays when they're not in school. So we're having team meetings, position meetings, watching extra film. We'll get a game day lift in. So I think there's a lot of traditions associated with homecoming. There's a big bonfire out of the lake. There's a big parade. The things they do in the parade and at the bonfire, all those things are still the same. All the places to eat, all the people that work there, all the teachers that are there, it's all the same. So I think that is, go back on your question, that's things that, if a kid's going through somebody or needs a resource or help, or, I might be able to point them in the direction better than somebody who's not there or a little bit older.
So speaking to that, like you said, being from Bowie, how you guys got outstanding facilities, by the way. We played a basketball playoff game. I've coached baseball games there, so I got and we also ran track there, so got to see you guys' facilities. So how has the community of Bowie been? I know you're from there, but as you said, you grew up or you were away and came back, and Bowie's where you graduated. So how's the community of Bowie been for you since you've become the head coach, and obviously as the head baseball coach?
Yes, sir. No, they've been very supportive. Nothing but good things, and I think even going back all the way to back when I was coaching baseball, it was just if you're in it for the right reasons, you're there for the kids, you're busting your butt, showing up, and the parents are going to see that, the kids are going to see that, community sees that, and they get behind you at Bowie. I've only been at Bowie and Nocona, and both those communities will get behind you and support you in ways that I think is different at some places, but I think overall they've been outstanding to work with.
All right, so my last question, of course, I got to bring it up. This is a big old special. That's what I'm calling it now. So the way, he just be hating on my big old special, man.
We got to figure out a sound for it.
With fries with that.
Yeah, and a shake.
Hey.
Yeah. So pretty much, I'm gonna ask this question two ways. I want to ask it's a threefold this time.
Okay.
So the first part of
We'll
it
be
is
here to 9.
So the first part of it is, how do you feel about this delicious place there? I got to give them a shout out, Spice Mexico.
Yeah, so I'm a big spicy fan. We have 3 really good Mexican restaurants in Bowie, and me and my wife are always arguing about which one we're going to go to, and so we have a little rotation that we do. But Spicy's is really good. Dos Chili's is really good.
I always get the one on the way out, on the way out of town. It's on the right.
Yeah, that's Dos Chili's.
That one I like.
They're both outstanding, but Spicy's probably a little bit more. Depends who you ask, but I think Spicy's probably a little more authentic, and Dos is probably a little more Tex-Mex, and
so good.
Just depends on what you're feeling. But yeah, Spicy's good.
So leads me into the next part of the question is, what's your favorite pregame meal?
Pregame meal, man, chicken spaghetti. Probably chicken spaghetti. That's my go-to, man.
That one.
Really? Yeah, I like that. Can't go wrong with just chicken fried steak.
Coach be sleep on the sideline.
Yeah, that's the problem with it, though. That is a problem with it. But chicken spaghetti for sure.
Okay, and then the last part of the question is, what's something you guys like to feed the kids?
So yeah, like I said, we bring them up at 10. They're going to do a game day lift. We're going to watch them film, do a little walkthrough, and then we feed our parents. They have a rotation. They feed our kids every Friday. So we'll as far as favorite thing, whatever they're serving, we're grateful to have, and we love that. But definitely something light.
Very safe answer, Coach.
Good. Keep it coming.
So does Bowie not have school on Fridays?
No, they don't.
I wanted to point that out too.
Last year was the first year we did that, and I didn't know what to think about it because when you're in season, you're like, man, am I going to want to have my kids on a game day? Or are you getting them out of a routine? What are the problems? But it worked out great.
Very cool.
Refresh your ride during the Thrill of Summer sales event at Nissan of Wichita Falls. Come see our great lineup of new Nissans, including the all-new Nissan Rogue and the new 2024 Nissan Frontier. Nissan of Wichita Falls has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles and a service staff of certified Nissan technicians, backed by the best parts department in Texoma. We're locally owned and operated with a sales team you can trust at Nissan of Wichita Falls.
You kind of touched on my next question, which is a typical game day for you as the head coach from, I guess, Friday morning, you wake up to Friday at the end of the game, or you lay down. Give us a little bit more detailed breakdown of what you may do.
So first thing we'll do is we'll bring our sub-varsity in, our JV team. We're going to bring them in at 9. They're going to watch film of their Thursday night game. I think it's important to do that with your lower levels. And then they're going to get their game day, or they're going to get their lift in for that day. Varsity you bring on Saturday. We're going to bring our JV on Friday after they play. So lift the JV, watch film with the JV. Then you're going to bring your varsity in. We'll give them a game day lift. After we lift, we'll watch them film, usually just 30 minutes. After that, we do any type of walkthrough stuff that we need to do, and then usually our meal is going to be ready somewhere around there. After we eat, we'll have a guest speaker, hopefully at lunch. Then after the guest speaker, let them go home, let them relax. I want them to be excited and can't wait for that first play, that first whistle. So we'll let them go home. They come back at 4:00, ready to go. So I don't really want to keep them at school all day. I don't want to keep them have a super strict itinerary on that Friday. I want them to be loose and ready to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So my last question would be, what are your goals this year for yourself, being the head coach going into your second season, and for the Bowie Jackrabbits as a football team this year?
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit, but we want to contend for a district championship, and that's the goal. That's a team goal. That's the goal of everybody in our coach's office. And although you look at Bowie football the last couple of years, and that might seem like a far-fetched statement, but I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing if that's not our goal and that's not what we believe. And
For sure.
our coaches, myself included, we wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in this place. And I think that's important to say, just because that when I say that's our goal. And to contend for district championships year in, year out, develop players, and contend in the playoffs. So it hadn't been done in a while, but we believe that it can be done.
Yes, sir.
I got another question. Your answers seem so like you studied for this. Like it's just so like, like one of the best interviews I think we've had so far. But not to take anything away from the other guys, but we're just I want to extend the time a little bit because I don't want to cut you short, especially driving in, and making your time for that. You mentioned you might have a competition at the quarterback position. Is there any other position, skill positions or anything that you might have a competition at that you're excited to see?
Yeah, I think, the quarterback spot's wide open. Even though we have a kid who started every game there last year, he's just a sophomore last year. We have another kid who's going to be a sophomore this year, Tyler Ritchie. He's a really good athlete. He played quarterback on our JV, who had a lot of success, and he did a lot of good things. So I want there to be a competition at every position, not just that spot. As many positions that we can have people and kids competing, and they're bringing it every single day at practice. I think it's going to only benefit the team. But just some spots that stick out. I think you look at our inside receiver spots. We like to move those guys around and get them the ball in different ways. I think there's some competition there. I think you look at outside linebacker. There's some serious competition there with guys who maybe started last year who might not start. I told you our JV went 8-2. And there's guys who started on that defense last year who it's not just their spot. Their name's not on the first on that depth chart going in day one. And that's things that other kids have done in the summer, the late spring. So. But all our kids know that. They know that we want to compete and have competition in every spot. And but I think just those are a couple to name off. So
yeah. So you mentioned that all the kids know that. I mean, that's part of the whole. You're going to come in, restart basically every year, and that goes to your philosophy, but also I'm trying to think of a word here, like how you build your program and how you run it. Is there anything that you say or that you say again and again, or like kind of like a saying or mentality that you have that you tell the kids about or you say to the kids a lot?
Yeah, I think, one of our mottos is raise the bar. And that means everything to what we're trying to do as a staff at Bowie. And that's, raise our standard, obviously, on the on-field product or the on-court product. This is an athletic department standard, but we want to raise that standard. And, how are you in the classroom? How are you in the community room? Am I going to get phone calls during the school day up to the office to come, because you got in trouble in class? And if anybody tells you that doesn't translate to what you're doing in an athletic department, then they're lying. But just raise the bar, raise the standard of what we're doing across the board, and not just limit that to what we're doing in athletics, but what you're doing as a young man and a young woman.
Very good. I got a question for these guys. What does BOJO stand for?
I believe.
I know it's buddies, something onward, jumping.
I got it. You guys didn't even pay attention. You fail, both of you.
I know I failed, but you.
Boost our Jackrabbits onward.
Yeah, but that's because you've been studying it for like 4 years now.
He wrote it down over there.
I did. I got it right. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. You guys got anything else?
No, I think I'm good. Oh, one thing we didn't ask you this. Do you guys have a strength and conditioning coach?
We don't. So I think that's something that's on my radar, something I would love to have. It's important. A lot of the bigger schools have that. We haven't
starting to
quite
trickle
got there
down.
yet. Yeah, and I think it's important. I think it's one of the most important things you can have on staff. And something like right now, I'm doing all the strength and conditioning. And, if that's something that I can give to somebody else, not just get it off my plate, but if that's something – there's a lot of coaches who are very passionate in that field and would do a great job with it. And if we're ever in a place where we can do that, I want to jump on it. So it's definitely on our radar.
Nothing from you?
I'm good. He's been great.
All right, man.
Don't worry about the drive. My wife and kiddos are in the car. We're going to go eat some hibachi after this, making a date night out of it. So
which one are you going to go to?
I don't know. We're kind of debating.
I just tried the one at the wasabi one. I just tried that the other day. It was pretty good.
That's where we're leaning. But
and check this out. if you got fried rice and vegetables,
Okay.
you get fried rice and vegetables. But if you want 2 fried rice, you just got to not get the vegetables.
I might go with that.
Most places, they want to charge you additionally for fried rice. They just say, okay, no vegetables, 2 fried rice.
All right.
And it was good.
I'm
Yum
sold.
Yum sauce. It's not the samurai with their
Yeah.
own, sauce. But sorry, plug to the new place. I don't know the name of it, but
Yeah, it's not wasabi no more. It's a new place. I forgot the name of it.
We'll go check it out.
yeah, it's not bad. But do you have anything else for us, Coach?
No, I just thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for what you're doing. I think what you're doing is important. The kids are noticing this stuff. They enjoy it, and the more that we're able to showcase kids in schools, I think it's great. So thank you guys.
Yeah, we agree. I think that's all. That's all of our goal is to put the kids first. And like I said, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate the gift.
Yeah.
Like I said, bam. Okay,
There it is.
y'all step up your game. You just started something, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
We got to post this episode tonight so that No, I'm just kidding.
Boy,
But yeah,
gotta
we do
fresh.
appreciate the gifts,
Boy,
and
stay fresh.
we appreciate you coming in. We wish you the best of luck. We're excited about Bowie football. We're excited about. I'm gonna bring my camera out there this year. Hopefully, maybe you'll pick and tell me a game that you guys might have more highlights than the others. Maybe. But yeah, we appreciate you. Look forward to it. Best of luck this year, and thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.